News now from Buckingham Palace that King Charles III, you'll remember that he went in for an enlarged prostate to the hospital there, was discharged from the hospital. Well, subsequently now he has been diagnosed with, and they're not saying exactly what it is, a form of cancer. According to Buckingham Palace, he is undergoing treatments. He will stay away from what they call public-facing duties for a time. But apparently the king is very optimistic that they'll be able to get this cancer treated, and he'll be able to resume a full public schedule as well. We're trying to get Dr. Siegel up as quickly as possible to help us out with this news. Again, Sandra, they're not saying what it is, whether it's associated with his enlarged prostate or whether it's something else.
Just some more information as you were speaking there. This was during the king's recent hospital visit, as you mentioned, John, that they learned of this condition. He was there for the procedure for benign prostate enlargement. The palace says a separate issue of concern was noted. Subsequent diagnostic tests have identified a form of cancer. That is per the palace official statement. His Majesty has today commenced a schedule of regular treatments, so treatment has officially begun. The king has been advised by doctors to postpone all public-facing duties for the time being. So,
according to a royal source, talking to Reuters, the king's cancer is not prostate cancer. So this is unrelated to the treatment that he had for BPH in the last week. I imagine that they probably did a CT scan of the area, or maybe he had some other concerns that they checked out. Again, they're not saying what type of cancer this is. They're just saying that he has a form of cancer.
The king remains wholly positive about his treatment and looks forward to returning to full public duty as soon as possible. The palace also saying that His Majesty has chosen to share his diagnosis to prevent speculation and then to hope it may assist public understanding for all those around the world who are affected by cancer. And throughout the period, His Majesty will continue to undertake state business and official paperwork as usual. That is what we know so far, John.
And contrast that with the situation involving the Secretary of Defense, who didn't tell anybody about it. A lot of people say missed an opportunity to reach out, particularly to African-American men who have a higher incidence of prostate cancer than the general population. So the prince tried to turn this into a positive thing by making the public more aware of cancer and the fact that he is engaging in this fight with a very optimistic mind and that he hopes to fully overcome it. Maybe in the hours ahead, Sandra, we'll get an idea what kind of cancer this is, but for the moment we don't. Only that it's not associated with his prostate.
Right. And just a reminder, the king is 75 years old. He turned 75 back in November. As far as additional information that we are getting right now, this separate issue of concern, if you're just tuning in, we are learning King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. He went in with a separate issue, a procedure for benign prostate enlargement. They found something else. There were some diagnostic tests that did reveal a form of cancer. We have not learned what kind of cancer just yet, but we are awaiting that news from the palace.
Rishi Sunak, the UK Prime Minister, weighing in, saying he's wishing His Majesty a full and speedy recovery. As well, saying that I have no doubt that he will be back to full strength in no time, and I know the whole country will be wishing him well. So it may be that this is a highly treatable form of cancer, and there are many of those as well. And as science has advanced in leaps and bounds in cancer treatment, many things that at one point might have been a death sentence are now simply a quick treatment with a regimen of medication, sometimes surgery as well.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.